Wait, why are you doing this thing again where you're telling me what I mean by stuff? Just ask me what I mean if I say God.
Because it's accurate.
It's
right?
not accurate.
But it is.
No, it's not.
Okay, could you explain the difference between someone believing something is wrong and morality?
What? No, I'd rather focus on the claim that you just made that I think.
No, I'm trying to see if there's a difference between.
Yeah, I remember when you said don't interrupt, and I asked if I could interrupt, and you said no, and I didn't interrupt.
Yeah, I think you're just not arguing.
You wanna ask me if you can interrupt me?
Yeah.
So when you said by God, I mean imaginary, like sky being or deity or whatever. That's not what I mean when I say God.
No, what do you mean then?
Yeah, like some triomni being that's a mind that created the universe or something.
No, okay. Does that exist?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So you don't believe in God in the first place?
I don't believe in God. That's correct.
Yeah. So when I said that what you're saying by morality, we can just really reduce that down to beliefs. Where is that wrong?
I mean, you can wait. What do you mean?
Yeah. So like in your world, morality is essentially what anyone thinks or believes. In the case of
in your world, morality is some abortion procedures for fun.
Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? So if that's wrong, explain.
Yeah, I understand what you're declaring. I don't understand what you're asking.
Yeah. So I'm asking you: is there a difference between your view of morality and what I just described?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Belief is just going to be some attitude towards a proposition, right? And morality is specifically like what you mean by the words good and bad, and what you ought do in terms where those words can be applicable.
Okay. So when I said belief, I was talking about in terms of normative claims. Right, so that's kind of what you mean, right? When you say morality?
Yeah, like what you should do, yeah.
Yeah, so that reduces down to just beliefs.
Well, I don't think so.
I agree that everyone has beliefs. So I agree on that.
Well, but by good, I just mean like what you ought do or what you have the most reasons to do, right? And so obviously some like rational agent would be, if they were in accord with what they ought do, they'd be performing the good or something.
Yeah, so that kind of just for me reduces down to belief. So anyone who thinks that something is right or wrong, that they, by your definition of morality, they have morality.
No, I think you just didn't listen to what I said. That's almost the opposite of what I said. I said what good means is what you ought do, and there could be a fact of the matter about what you ought do, and therefore it wouldn't depend on their preference or anything.
Could you get to that ought without a presupposition?
Not one that I don't think you would be willing to grant. Like, would you be willing to grant that people ought be rational?
Not in an atheist universe.
I didn't ask in an atheist universe.
Well, in atheist universe, yes.
Yeah. The question is, I really want an answer. Do you think people ought be rational?
Depends on the starting presupposition.
Okay. Do you think that murdering people for no reason is irrational?
No reason.
Yeah. All things considered, all else equal, no reason, don't have a reason to do it. I think that would be definitionally irrational.
Maybe. What if you felt like it? Would that be counted as a reason?
No.
Oh, so not even that?
Yeah, for no reason at all. You just like.
Oh. I'm just trying to imagine a scenario in which someone did that, but there wasn't a reason behind. Because we could always think of a reason, right?
Sure, but it's just going to be stipulated in this thought experiment that it was just for not reasons. Some agents act for reasons, some agents act for not reasons.
You could give a reason like, because they ate the last cookie in a packet. That's still irrational.
Yeah, do you think that would be irrational?
Well, no. I mean, that would be a reason, no?
Do you think that do you think that rational means acting with at least one reason?
What's at least one reason?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Do you think that abortion is a rational procedure?
A-rational or irrational? I didn't catch
You think that the procedure of abortion is rational?
No, I don't think so.
Well, by your definition, they have at least one reason to do it. Do you understand the
Okay.
problem?
Well, then,
This guy's
yeah.
so
Well, then I guess that's not what I mean by rational.
I agree. So now back to the cookie example. Somebody eats the last cookie from the cookie jar. You murder them. Did you act rationally?
Well then no.
Okay, cool. If you found out God was not real tomorrow and you saw somebody eat the last cookie from the cookie jar, would you murder them?
Well, would I or should I?
Should you?
Should I murder them? Probably not.
Would you?
Probably not. But I want to make that distinction that, would and should are two different things.
They are two different things, but it seems to me like you found morality without God.
Well, maybe, but why do I have that view?
I agree that it's maybe. So
I wasn't born in a vacuum.
No, I think that you get your values from things that are outside of your control. Like you can't choose who your parents are, you can't choose the environment you grew up in. A lot of these things shape your assumptions and biases, and that's going to lead you to believe that
the majority religion, for example.
Yeah. I agree that religion is a sect that can shape beliefs and attitudes. Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you see your brother take the last cookie or eat snacks after midnight, and you see your parents reprimand him instead of take his life. You're gonna form beliefs about the appropriate behavior when somebody takes food from you when you don't need it or something.
Sure, environment can influence beliefs.
Cool. So it seems like we both agree that morality exists, and we both seem to agree that morality can exist without a God. And we both last one. And we both seem to agree that without a God, it doesn't mean that whatever you feel like doing would be a rational thing to do.
Well, it depends on the specifics. How do we determine whose moral beliefs are true and whose are false?
True there, the truth maker to you is going to be what aligns with God's character or something. The truth maker to a subjectivist is going to be, what aligns with their stance on the proposition, right? The truth maker to there's not going to be a truth maker to some relaxed realists, right? If you take a pragmatic...
Well, how do I know that I'm right, that it's wrong to murder someone for taking the last cookie? How do I know I'm right? What if I'm wrong about that?
Is it in line with what you value?
No. Murdering them is not, no.
Yeah, so that's probably why you choose not to do it.
Well, how do I know my values are correct?
What do you mean by correct there? In line with God's character?
Yeah, what if I'm wrong and actually murdering for the last cookie doesn't matter? It's morally neutral. What if that's just a hallucination I'm having? This whole wrong thing?
By correct there, do you mean in line with God's nature, or how are we cashing out correct?
Yeah, so suppose I'm just hallucinating this belief that it's wrong to murder him for the last cookie.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
What if that's not even true?
Yeah, do you agree that is God powerful enough to induce hallucinations?
Sure.
Could he have morally
sufficient? What if God doesn't exist though?
Could he? Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm just showing that your worldview is victim to the same problem you're raising, right? But you're talking about some how do you know that it's correct, or you can agree that whether an infant can understand that 2 + 2 = 4, there's still a fact of the matter whether that property exists of that equation, right?
Well, sure, but it doesn't give me any insight at all into whether they even have the correct values or if correct values even exist.
Yeah, let's say so let's imagine two worlds, right? Correct values exist, and the correct value is to end life whenever you can. And then let's imagine the second world. Let's say that there's no correct value, but people just seem to intuitively prefer not taking life whenever they can. Which one would you prefer to be a part of?
Let me ask a question. Does it matter what I prefer?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I prefer one, that then means that's true?
I didn't say that. I said it matters what you prefer.
Why does it matter then?
Because that's what I'm trying to purse out with this hypothetical, is what your preference is.
But what is
just engage, and then you can critique. Just engage, and then critique it after.
Yeah. So I'm saying that my question is, how do I know I have the right preferences?
Cool, and I'm showing you that being correct might not necessarily be what you care about, right? And I'm doing that by way of in world A, moral correctness is a thing, and it's correct to take life whenever you can. And then in world B, moral correctness is not a thing, but people just prefer to not take life whenever they can. Which world would you prefer to be a part of?
I'd prefer the second world, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But again,
so wait. I say that
how does
just
that relate back to my argument?
because you seem to think that your argument turns on whether there's such thing as moral truth or not, as some like capital T absolute truth about the universe out there. Wait, sorry, I'm not done.
How do we know
But what I just showed you is
you're
that
dodging.
No, I'm not. You're interrupting.
Okay, well, answer the question. How do I know my preference is correct?
Yeah, I just showed you that whether your preference is correct or not, you have a preference and you would prefer to live in the world that's beneficial to you in alignment with your preferences.
Okay, so how does that refute my argument?
It refutes your argument because you're claiming to care about being correct when really you're just caring that your preferences are met.
No, but I do care. Like, if that's just a hallucination that I'm having, right?
Could God induce hallucinations?
Like for example, like it would be wrong to round up all the atheists and forcibly convert you to Christianity. I might believe that, but is that even true?
Yeah, let's say in world A, moral correctness exists, and all the atheists electroshock Christians until they're atheists. And then in world B, there's no such thing as moral correctness, but people can believe what they want. And the only way that you can change somebody's mind is with like a civil conversation. Which one would you rather be a part of?
Again, this is not getting to the heart of the matter. I've already answered what my preference is, but that doesn't tell me I have the right preference. You're avoiding this question.
Yeah, but didn't you basically already concede you don't care whether or not you're correct?
No, that's not what I said. So,
you chose world B.
RHR, did you track on what I just said?
Say it again. I was kind of excited because Slurm started talking.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, so, like, again, asking me again what my preference is does not demonstrate that I have the correct preference. And that's really the question.
But that's not, you're misunderstanding my goal, right? So my goal here is to show you that whether your preferences are right or wrong, you would prefer a world that aligned with your preferences.
Again, what is that? That doesn't even.
It just seems to lead credence.
That's like a red herring.
No. It just seems to lead credence to the fact that you might be a moral subjectivist.
No. That just says I have preferences. That doesn't even give me any insight at all into whether or not those preferences are true or correct.
Yeah, but let's say that there's that.
Wait. Hold on.
Like all you've proven is that
really
I have
clearly,
which was never
subjectivism. All subjectivism is saying is that some moral proposition is true in some mental property, which is typically one of a subject. So it's not whether your preference is true, it's that your preference is the truth maker.
Yeah, what makes a statement true?
I'm not conceptualizing truth in that way.
I know.
Not what? You're not what?
I'm not conceptualizing truth in that way. Like if any moral claim can be true, right, that would suggest P and not P to me.
No, that wouldn't. No, the subjectivist. Look, I'm a realist too, but the subjectivist isn't going to have some contradictory preferences.
No. What I'm saying is, like, let's take two individuals. One says slavery good. One says
you're not tracking.
Both have their preferences, right?
Yeah.
And I have no way to, say anything about like, okay, they both have their preferences. That's it.
But yeah, of course. The subjectivists, these two are just going to say, look, this moral proposition is false, indexed to my view or my preference, and then the other subjectivists, this moral proposition is true. Just because there's moral conflict doesn't deny any moral truth.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, atheism does lead to me thinking that moral nihilism is the correct view.
Can
I'm
I
a
answer
nihilist
as an
and a
atheist?
moral realist, so I don't know where that comes from either.
No, moral nihilism.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
I'm
answer
an
this
atheist
question.
and a moral realist. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure
I
what you're
agree.
saying.
Not logically necessary, but for me, that seems more parsimonious.
What does parsimony have to do with ethics?
Well, for me, it seems like, look, I have two brains, right? Like, I have my conscious brain, and then I have my unconscious brain. My unconscious brain is a fully biological organism. He doesn't believe in morality or ethics or any of that shit. Then my conscious brain does believe in these things, right? So I believe I would simply, if I were an atheist, I would simply default to my biology. Like, why bother with believing things that might not even be true?
I can answer this for
They
you.
have
as an
conscious
atheist.
brains too.
Yeah, but like, why not just default? Like, why not just do that which benefits me, my offspring, my tribe? Like, what's the
Because
counter?
that's not what morality is supposed to be doing. It's what you
Why?
ought to do, not what you prefer to do.
Yeah.
No. Okay, well, what if I ought not do anything that jeopardizes me, my family, and my tribe? What about
Well, then
that?
you'd be an egotist. You wouldn't be a subjectivist. You'd be an egoist.
Well, what's the difference between those two claims?
Egoism is that some moral proposition is true if and only if it provides some utility or is beneficial to my life. Subjectivism is some moral proposition is true if and only if it corresponds with my preferences, but those preferences need not necessarily benefit me. In fact, most of the time they don't.
Yeah, you could be an egotist in a moral anti-realist universe, is what I'm saying.
Egoism is a part of anti-realism.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And laughing is not an argument, by the way.
So I agree with you that there are atheists that are egoists, right? I agree with you, but there are also atheists that are like a lot of atheists tend to favor moral realism.
Again, you're not hearing me. I didn't say it was logically necessary. And I have to like.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I'd like to see some empirics that you're inducting off of because.
Yeah, no. There's no empirical evidence to support any moral claim.
Okay.
No, not moral. I'm not talking about the moral claim. I'm talking about the.
I mean, that's literally my case for moral nihilism in an atheist universe.
No, you said it's more probable that atheists are moral nihilists. That's an empirical claim.
No, that's not what I said. Are you listening to anything I'm saying? That's not what I said.
You said it's not logically entailed.
Not logically necessary. No, I'm saying for my brain, like for me, if I were an atheist, that's the view that I would have. Moral nihilism.
Well, then why should we care?
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you what my view is. You asking about my beliefs.
And I need some other guns.
You're just saying.
Are you asking about my beliefs? No, like I thought you asked me about my views.
If I was an atheist, I'd be a moral nihilist, and you're not an atheist, so therefore you're not a moral nihilist.
I think that's the most parsimonious view. I've not heard any strong arguments against it.
I'm confused. What does parsimony have to do with ethics?
Again, I'm telling you that if we go from there's no objective morality, right? There's no God.
What parsimony is doing? Parsimony is about your ontology.
Let me explain my logic.
You're not answering any of the questions.
Okay, so are you gonna interrupt or are you gonna let me explain?
Well, you're not answering any of the questions. This is.
Are you gonna interrupt or are you gonna let me explain? I'm trying to explain my view.
You're trying, but you're failing at every
No, you're not tracking. That's all. That's the problem.
You're not tracking what
No,
anything that
you're not
nihilism
tracking
is saying, or
you're slow. You're not tracking on what I'm saying.
All right, I'm slow. I'm a slow boy.
All right, well, then stop talking, dude. Let me finish.
Lono, you just have like no understanding. I don't think of like.
Okay, so what's my argument then? You tell me.
You're just saying like there's no possible way for people to like have morality like with atheism.
No, wrong. That's not my argument. Try again.
Okay, can I try?
That's not my argument.
Can I try?
But like, you're just not tracking. Is that possible?
I'm trying to say if someone was an atheist, they shouldn't care about what's right or wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and it's just a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, that's a really dumb.
I would say you have strong reasons to doubt any moral claim in an atheist universe. You would be a Hitchens.
Well, first of all, you could be an atheist like.
Yeah, you could. I agree. We've acknowledged atheist moral realistic.
Be a moral realist. And
yes, again, we've already established that.
Hey, stop over talking.
He just keeps repeating things we've already established. Like
maybe I can try because I have to go ski. I'm literally on top of a mountain. I'm about to leave. Look, you're saying that if you were an atheist, you'd be a moral nihilist because it's more parsimonious, in your opinion.
However,
and my thing about parsimony is that parsimony deals with your ontological economy, not your ethical one. That's why I'm confused on why you're saying it'd be more parsimonious.
Well, he's just saying it'll be ethically parsimonious.
Yeah, so let me try to walk you through this, right? I'm just applying Hitchens' razor to moral claims. That's it.
Applying whose? Hitchin?
Hitchens' razor to moral claims, yeah. What's the problem?
Why would you do that? That's not the aim of Hitchens or Occam's razor.
No, Hitchens' razor.
That which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Well, clean your room.
Is that what Hitchens' razor is?
Yeah. It's basically the standard atheist logic towards deities, and I'm just applying it to moral.
The deities, deities are an ontological claim, not an ethical one.
Yeah, again, I think you're just making up a new category, and I'm saying, look,
guys, this is cooking right now.
Wait,
I'm gonna go ski on a fucking mountain. I'll see you guys.
All right, adios. Have fun, man, for real, and I mean that.
I don't have any.
Lono, you're not tracking anything anyone has said. Like literally, no one on this panel has said something that you've understood or responded
you
to.
started earlier saying,
what's
what's
my
wrong with me
argument?
putting morals and God in the same ontological category? And I pointed out the glaring problem with that. And then you just haven't tracked since.
Okay, well, let's
Can I
try to
try
work it
something?
out. So when I said that, I said the category is things that have no empirical evidence, not proven true, right? What's the problem there? So far.
Yeah, the problem is that there
I
are
can
moral
answer
realists
this
that
for
believe
you.
that truth claims are true. Like moral truth
Hang
claims
on.
can be.
Can we
No,
let Sir
truth
try?
claims
And Lono, can you please not interrupt Sir like you did last time? Just let Sir try to help
Yeah,
you.
so
Wait, hold on, sir. Before you go, if you're reading or whatever his name is in the corner, I think he wants to say something and he hasn't said anything this whole time.
Well, neither has Sir.
yeah, I just got here, but
I haven't been welcomed yet.
Sure, go ahead, and then after you, if you're reading, you can go.
well, just real quick here. I just like an analogy I usually bring up when like this conversation comes up is like some other thing that we would both agree is like
I'm
stance
moving, same
dependent.
place you
So
are.
let's just say something like your favorite basketball player or the best basketball player of all time or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can have conflicting stances on the best basketball player of all time, but your stances could still be like valid like to you. So like if I'm arguing with someone about who's the best basketball player of all time and I say like let's say Michael Jordan or LeBron James, somebody like that, and they bring up some lesser known player, some player that hasn't been as successful like Muggsy
I want
Bogues. Like clearly both those positions are stance dependent, but I would still think I'd be justified in saying that the other person was wrong, even if it was according to their stances. I would only be concerned about my stances. And I think morality might kind of work the same way. Like if I think this thing is
I'm
wrong
with you.
because I'm concerned about
On
let's
top
say
of
moral
this
well-being,
roof.
and I tell someone else that that thing is wrong and that's why, and they say, well, no,
Turn around. I've been
what's
following
it
you
called?
around.
Owning people is okay because of X, right? Then I'm still going to think that person's wrong, and I think I'm justified in saying so. Like,
Yeah.
what's the
And you can find objectivity.
I have
Yeah,
rockets
then
for
you
you.
just
Here.
you're saying you don't like it. That's what you mean we're wrong.
Well, it's not that just that I don't like it. It's that I think that kind of action shouldn't be performed by humans.
Yeah.
Right, but that's kind of the same thing. Like you just don't like it.
No, it's not that I just don't like it. You think when I say Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time, that means that I'm just saying that because I like it?
Got him.
Yeah, you're kind of just that would just come back to your preferences and
No.
Okay, well now you're on the right track about the preferences thing, but that doesn't just mean it's because I like it. There could be reasons for that. For example,
Variables.
harm prevents society from growing,
Again?
right? That could be something that's
Yeah,
important
it's
to
not
me.
all those people with that.
I might.
Yeah, but you'd have to presuppose
I'm not
that
tasteful
like
with this thing.
that's it is correct. That's the correct axiom.
Correct.
I guess.
What do you mean by correct? What do you mean by correct? Correct to what?
Like that's the one that you should have, basically.
Yeah, index to my stances. Yes, I'm the one that has the stances.
If you presuppose something, or if you have axioms, then the idea of correct isn't even relevant. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like
Word you're using.
No, I
it kind of
explained
feels like when I have these conversations with people, when they're talking to me as if they're speaking about something that's objective, right? And that's the whole point. Is that an anti-realist does not think these things exist outside of the stances, that they're indexed to the stances. But I think
Is an
yours,
axiom like a bias?
I think yours is indexed to your stances too. And I think when we're disagreeing about morality, we're disagreeing about our stances. Now, you think that they're stance independent, right? But it doesn't matter. We can still care about what the truth maker is to those moral claims.
Yeah, so all I would say is that in an atheist universe, I can go ahead and dismiss any moral claim.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding.
I can
You're not
simply say
understanding
that
me,
I
but-
don't believe in the claim you're making.
Wait,
You're either being
Lack of
willingly
evidence.
ignorant here.
Wait, no, hold on. This is fine. Let's pretend it's objective, right? Let's pretend it's objective to like not unalive somebody.
Axioms hold substance.
And let's say you hold that view. Let's say you're saying it's wrong to unalive somebody and it's objective. You telling me I couldn't still disagree with you and say it is?
Well,
No, you don't understand the claim that I just made. That's not even close to what I said. So, like, any moral claim you make, right? Like, let's presuppose atheism. I would be perfectly justified for me to doubt and not believe in the claims you're making.
Wait,
due to
no,
a lack
it
of
wouldn't.
empirical
That's not
evidence.
true.
Why not?
It's not. You're not justified believing something just because it's stance dependent.
Well, why do I have to believe in what you believe? First of all,
You said you have to, but you can't just say. I say.
well, why can't I doubt your belief?
Yeah,
What do you mean by doubt? You mean like not believe that I'm telling you the truth about my stance?
No. Like just saying,
believe
well,
that
I
what
don't
you're
think
saying is
it's
true.
right? Like I don't believe what you're saying is true. Like if I were to say, look, I think it's a good policy to round up all the atheists and forcibly convert them to Christianity, and you say, nope, that's wrong because X, Y, Z, and then my response would be to simply dismiss your claim
Well,
as not
there would be
true.
a lot of reasons why that kind of thing would be ridiculous. First of all, it would go against pretty much everyone's intuitions about whether or not that would be okay.
Well, what?
That would
If
be
they're all
that
wrong?
would be the first issue.
Look,
You guys aren't
What do you
getting
mean they're wrong? Wrong according to what?
According to my view. Hello, I thought we established this.
look,
Yeah,
Lono.
but someone could listen to your view and just think it's trash, right? Just in the
Right?
same
No,
way.
I agree. Yeah, that's
Just
what I'm
in the
saying.
same
That's
way.
what morality
Just
is in your
in the
universe.
same way, if someone
Everyone's
popped
just
up and
making
said-
up their own bullshit.
Just in the same
imposing
way.
it on the others.
Lono,
Lono.
I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm trying to get you to understand the view here. In the same way that someone could pop up and say
I did really good
Muggsy
too.
Bogues is the best basketball player of all time, and I would just say that's a trash opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, but like
Do
again,
you think that would be a trash opinion if someone said that?
yeah, that's fine. You can say that, but
No,
then
no.
suppose-
Answer the question. Do you think that would be a trash
That's fire.
opinion?
yeah, I don't agree with that view.
Wait, Lono, I have a
Okay,
question. I have a
exactly. So
question.
when you come to me,
What does that
when
prove?
you come to me,
I'm not sure
when
what
you
that
come to
proves.
me, Lono, I'm not done. When you come to me and say it's okay to round up all the atheists and put them in some camp or whatever you're trying to say,
Tell me why.
I'm going to say that's a trash view. In the same way I would with the Muggsy Bogues thing.
Okay, I agree. I agree that
Wait,
you're saying that.
but
Like we've
Lono,
already established that
Lono.
you have a different opinion. You don't have to repeat.
I have a
that.
question
Like,
though. You
that's
said
already established.
with this, you believe in
circles with you.
you believe in objective morality. Is rounding up all the atheists and like shocking them until they're
Again,
Christian?
that's
Hey Lono, shut the fuck up.
presupposing
Hey Lono,
atheism. No,
hey
you
Lono.
shut the
I
fuck
actually
up.
wasn't fucking done talking. Yeah, so you believe? Sorry. Yeah, so you believe in objective morality. Is it objectively moral to round up all the atheists and shock them until they're Christians?
No.
I don't think so.
Cool. Wait, what do you mean you don't think so?
I don't think.
You believe in objective morality, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's.
So there's a truth of the matter. So what the fuck is it?
Hold up.
What do you mean
I
you
don't
don't think
think
so?
Well, arguably,
Why not? I mean,
I don't believe that is true.
Eternal damnation.
Why?
You don't think it's true? What do you mean? It's objectively true or it's objectively false? What is
Ask
it?
him why, bro.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if.
I agree you don't fucking know. Is there anything you know that is morally, objectively, like, fucking wrong?
Yeah, I don't know for sure if that's the case.
Cool.
So that's
Thanks.
my final answer. Right, like, there would be
What a
proof,
waste
like,
of
again,
time.
Sermon's just, not even participating, but whatever.
Okay, so Lono, can I ask you a question? I'm gonna ask you a really simple question. Do you
But
follow
wait,
basketball?
I'm not even done with what I was saying. Alright, like we're still on
the same thing
analogy.
over and over, and you're not.
Okay, what's my argument?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, why aren't you done speaking?
Can you state my argument?
I can.
You're
Okay,
just
what-
saying.
You-
and they
you're
keep
saying-
appealing to not to like non-realist positions, and you say, yeah, but how do I know it's correct? But how do I know it's correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, we're talking about a non-realist position, you dumbass.
Yeah, so what is your response to us simply doubting moral claims that you?
Yes, sir already answered that question, but you're not listening to him. You're
No,
not listening to
like, what was
anybody.
his answer? Just that he would disagree?
You would disagree.
Okay, that's
Index
fine.
to
We've
your
already established.
stances, to your
We've
preferences.
already established that
No,
he
no.
disagrees.
The next question is, why do you disagree?
Why would I disagree?
No, we know why he disagrees. That's going to track all the way back to his preferences. I mean, that's what that's going to.
Yeah, but
This
Lono,
is like such a confused question.
Yeah.
Why would I
You
disagree
guys
with
are
something
surface
that's-
level. It's actually frustrating.
Why would I disagree with something that's out of accordance with my stances? That's the question.
Yeah.
No, I know why he disagrees.
Because it's out of accordance with my stances. Why would you even ask that?
What's your stance?
Because- So what I'm
Wait,
saying is,
shut
is
up.
if
That's
this
not
universe
relevant.
were-
That's a perfectly relevant question.
No, because
not if
that's-
it's stipulated that it's out of accord with his stances, dumbass.
Wait,
Can you answer
asking
the
what my
question?
stances are, that's going to be more of like a normative ethical
Yeah.
question, not about an ethical question.
That's what I asked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Then
but
that's why
my
we're saying it's
normative-
irrelevant.
listen,
It's
Our
perfectly
normative
relevant.
ethics-
Holy,
our
you guys-
normative
It's perfectly
ethics-
relevant.
Our normative ethics could be the same and our meta ethics different. So, like, I could think morality is objective, and you could think morality is objective, and then you think that morality is based on like utility. like what serves the greatest number of people, and I could think morality is based on utility. So then, when I would determine what is or isn't right, it would be based on that utility. But we'd still have the same
morality.
We would still have this. You're not trying to. Are you trying to understand what I'm saying? Because you clearly don't.
Yeah, you'd have the same morality if everything's the same.
What's normative ethics then, if you understand?
I don't know.
Okay, shut up then. So
Yeah.
we can have the same meta-ethics position when that means that we could both think morality is objective, right?
Yeah, you're repeating yourself.
Shut up.
Stop repeating yourself.
Shut up.
Stop repeating
We
yourself.
could both think it's true. We could both think it's true, independent of our stances. Yet, our normative view, in terms of what we think is right or wrong, could be different. So it wouldn't matter if what my normative view is in determining what meta view is best. Yeah.
Why would you think
I would
anything
say,
outside
like,
of your
in an
stance?
atheist universe, it
You're
doesn't matter
actually
what your
so
views
dumb.
are at all.
Wait.
Well, you think if you believe in objective morality, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying what is and is not true about morality is independent of someone's stances. It's some objective thing.
Yeah.
Bingo. But my stance would be aligned with it because I
No.
agree with what I
No.
believe.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wait. No, your stance could be aligned with the objectivity of it, but the truth of the matter would be independent of your stances.
Right, but I have the objective morality.
Yeah, but by objective morality, if it's objectively, if it's objectively evil to eat vanilla ice cream and you just don't know it because you're not God and you eat vanilla ice cream every Tuesday night, you'd be partaking in something because you have a stance toward it, a preference toward it. But objectively, it would be immoral to do. Do you understand now, dumbass?
But it's not objectively immoral.
No. Yeah, go through puberty next time, dumbass.
Silly hypotheticals, like you guys are.
Oh my! Wait, if somebody says silly hypotheticals, I just lose interest.
Let's pick something that like.
How about realistic?
I have a good example. Yeah, so in good faith.
What about the original analogy?
In good faith.
Right? Groups of people.
In good faith. In good faith.
We have a different opinion.
Lono, you're done. Okay, in good faith. Do you agree?
That's a normative question, not a meta question.
Yeah. In good faith, do you agree that the number of atoms in the universe is either an odd number or an even number?
Yeah.
Do you agree that that's a different question than if we know which one it is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's an objective fact, right, about how many atoms there are in the universe. That's either going to be even or odd. Now, you might prefer because you have OCD or something that's an even number, or you might prefer because you're number one in football that it's an odd number, some shit like that, right? It doesn't change the fact that there's a stance independent fact about the matter.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Now you're tracking. So don't say dumb shit again.
That's
I don't think that's gonna help him understand.
I'm way beyond that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're just surface level here, so.
So okay, let me try this. Okay, so you believe in God, presumably, right?
I believe in a singularity, a starting point.
Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but let's say.
It means
let's just take like regular like Christian ethics, right?
This has been
like a lot of Christians like believe
out there for like
things
5
are
minutes.
good based on like let's say God's nature or what God might command. There might be some that think that, right?
And look, the pickaxes are super cool.
When they're saying this is right or wrong, they're talking about God's nature, or they're talking about God's commands. Okay.
Man wrote what God's nature is.
The other 3 that I have are red.
That's man's writing.
I know better.
Bible.
Okay, well listen for a second. So
I want to show you
this is
the
the point.
pickaxe she came with.
Someone could think that's right or wrong and still be an anti-realist. They could think
that's really cool.
Perhaps God's just commanding what's right or wrong on a whim, right? They could think that. Or someone could think that and be a realist. They could think that those things are objectively true, independent of anyone's stances.
Or they can use their brain and figure it out for themselves.
Okay, well, but I'm really trying to get you to like follow here. So just please. Okay, so I could be an anti-realist, right?